Video My Nonprofit session number 4, hire a videographer or shoot it yourself.
This is Video My Nonprofit with Jay Carter.
People don't want to connect with a commercial. They want to connect with other people. Are you like me? Do you share my values? Can I trust you? That's what people are looking for.
Ideas and inspiration to help your organization make media content that works.
There's a reason why you do what you do, and that story needs to come out.
You can't just be a nonprofit organization. You must also become a media organization.
Welcome to Video My Nonprofit. Now here's your host, Jay Carter.
Thank you so much for watching this week, and we are in Tejas, deep in the heart of Central Texas. I'm actually in Killeen right now, which is about an hour's drive north of Austin. We are getting a little bit of R&R time, first of all. We're hanging out at Michelle's parents' house, and you know, as long as I've known Michelle, as long as I've been married to her, her parents have always had backyard chickens. And I don't know what it is, but we love hanging out and just watching the chickens. It's the coolest thing in the world to just watch them scratch around. You know, this is our idea of relaxation, just to sit here and look out at the gardens, which they've just planted their garden for the spring, and they've got 15 chickens just scratching around in the backyard. And I don't know, we just absolutely love hanging out in that backyard. It is just a little piece of heaven to us. Now, the reason we're in Texas is because we're on our way to Houston. We are about to speak. We've been invited to speak to the Houston area. Let's see, how does it go? The Houston Association of Hispanic Media Professionals. That's the name of the organization. And interestingly enough, they are asking me to talk to them about using smartphones to create media content to further their brand. If you think about that for just a minute, these are media professionals. That's the name of their organization. Media professionals are asking about using the smartphone to create their own content. What do you suppose that means? What is the meaning of that? That is what we're going to discuss this week. We're asking the big question that I know a lot of nonprofits have. Should we hire someone to do our videos, or should we shoot it ourselves? That's the question that we're going to answer this week. And you know, a lot of people, a lot of nonprofits are very confused, overwhelmed. It's a hard subject to wrap their brains around. So hopefully this episode will be helpful. Before we get started, I want to ask a really big favor. For those of you who are listening or watching this podcast, if you would please leave a review of the show on iTunes, I would be very grateful. You can get the link by going to videomynonprofit.com and click on the link to our iTunes page, and that is where we would very much be appreciative if you could leave us a comment about the show. It's going to help more people find us and hear our message, which is that every nonprofit everywhere can benefit, can increase their success through the transformative power of a well-told video. That is why we're here, and any reviews that you guys can leave for us will be greatly, greatly appreciated. So, the question, should you hire someone to do your video or do it yourself? Big question. Of course, there are several nonprofits that don't have the budget to hire anyone to do their video, so that's a pretty easy question to answer for those guys. But for those who do have the budget, my answer is, and this is a big reason why I'm doing the podcast, my answer is both. You should do both. So let me help clear this up a little bit. My wife and I have a production company called Beyond Measure Media, and we are brought in by our clients sometimes once a year, sometimes 2 or 3 times a year to do the big, important videos. These are storytelling videos that were carefully crafted, have a lot of production value. They've got a cinematic look and feel to it. It's got a call to action or an appeal. These are what I call the special videos that I think every nonprofit needs, particularly in fundraising situations, but also in situations where they have a captive audience at a, say, a benefit fundraiser, and they want to have something on that screen that will move, that will emotionally move audiences to make that pivotal decision to make the donation, to write the check. But my thing that I've always said to these nonprofits is that video is not a special thing that you do once a year. Video is not something you even do a few times a year. My message is that we all need to work together, and some of us using our smartphones to keep that video content coming out. It's kind of like a tweet, a blog post, Instagram post. Video is something you do all the time. And that's where the smartphone technology comes in that we're going to be talking to these media professionals in Houston, Texas. I mean, you think about it for a second. I mean, Houston is probably like the 8th, 9th, 10th largest media market in America. And yet the Organization for Hispanic Media Professionals in Houston wants to know about this topic of using smartphone video for this very reason, I think, because there are times when, yes, you'd have professional video for certain circumstances, but smartphone video is ever accessible. Everybody has one. Everybody is around and everybody can catch those pivotal moments of grace, moments of surprise, moments of any kind of moment that happens within your organization. And so that's what we're telling nonprofits. There's a time for the professional guys like us to come in, and we're happy to do that. And I think our job security is just fine if we are very good at passionate storytelling, which we are. It's something that we love to do. But video content is something that should be churned out over and over again for just the everyday, the day-to-day nonprofit activities that are going on. And to give you an example, I want to show you a little piece of a talk that I gave about a year ago in Shreveport, Louisiana. I was talking to nonprofits there about a community-wide day of giving that they have. I think a lot of communities have this. In Shreveport, it's called Give for Good. So in May of every year, a lot of nonprofits band together, dozens and dozens of them, under the local community foundation, and they have a community-wide day of online giving. It's very exciting. It's become a pretty big deal in Northwest Louisiana among the nonprofit community. Everybody knows about it, and just about everybody participates. And so my message to the nonprofits were, when you have a big day of giving, keep those frequent updates coming. Use Facebook Live. Use all of your social media accounts, both personal and your professional media accounts, to give constant, frequent updates about what's happening on the big day. And I want to show you a little piece of what we said to those nonprofits in Shreveport. Take a look. Let me ask you, who is going to be taking part in the next Give for Good? Can I see a show of hands if you are going to be taking part in Give for Good? Excellent. So here is my challenge for you. I want to invite you guys to be live on Give for Good. And so, here's what you do. You can either go live on Facebook. You know how to do that. That's Facebook Live. But it doesn't have to be live. What I mean when I say be live is be alive. Show people that something's going on. Show something that's happening. When I say you're going to take part in Give for Good, can I also see a show of hands if you're going to have an event on the day of Give for Good? Something going on where people are going to be taking part. Keep those hands up, please. I want to see anybody who's going to have stuff going on. Okay, perfect. Megan, please come forward. We're going to do a example video right now. What's going to be going on? What are you guys going to be doing? She's with the Robinson Film Center, by the way, new executive director.
I can tell you what things we've done in the past. We've had, because we have a restaurant in our building, and we've done lunch specials and made that kind of our big focus. And then this past year, we also had a party on the evening of Give for Good.
Okay. Now, it sounds like you're not exactly sure yet what it's going to be. So let's
probably something like that.
So let's pretend like it's last year.
Okay.
So if it's last year, you have the event going on. Which one was like the most people and stuff going on? It sounds like it'd be upstairs, right?
Yes, we did have and it happened to also be the last day of our previous executive director. So we did a big going away party / Give for Good party at the same time.
Okay. So I want to do a little script with you, okay? We're going to pretend like this is going on right now. This is your cue card right here, and here it is. 3 things to remember in order to do a live shot, okay? You're going to go live. Answer 3 questions. What's going on? Why is it important? How can I help? What do you think? Can you do that? Sure. What's going on? Why is it important? How can I help? So we're going to pretend like you're in the Abby Singer Bistro right now. And you got all these people going on, everything's going on behind you, and I want to do a video. Okay. And you're going to do these 3 things, and you're going to keep it at like, what, 30, 45 seconds is a good, nice, tight video. So is everybody with me so far? Does this seem like it might be a good idea on Give for Good? Okay. So here's the thing. I've got it in video mode. You guys know how to get there. This is how you do it so that it's most professional, in my opinion. We're going to hold this thing, and I'm going to say ready, and then when I start rolling and it's time for you to go, instead of saying go or you're on, we don't want to hear that, I'm going to nod like this, okay? And you're going to do what's going on, why is it important, how can you help? Can you do this?
Sure.
I'll put you on the spot. Let's see if you can do it. All right, are you ready?
Hey, we're here today at Abby Singer's Bistro, the Robinson Film Center. We're having a great big party for Give for Good Day. This is such an important day in the life of our nonprofit because it provides money for the rest of the year, helps support all the independent films we bring, helps us pay the bills and keeps the doors open. And you can help. You can go online and give right now at northlouisianagiveforgood.com.
How did she do? Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, I can tell you that came out to, I mean, she's a pro. That was like 22 seconds.
Hey, we're here today at Abby Singer's Bistro, the Robinson Film Center. We're
Excellent.
having a great big party for Give for Good.
Now, as I'm shooting it, did you guys notice I was kind of doing this? I'm doing this because I want to kind of show a little bit more of the background while still keeping her in the center. So I'm just kind of doing this very subtly. Very subtle, not too much.
At northlouisianagiveforgood.com.
Who's going to do this on Give for Good? Please. What's going on? Why is it important? How can you help? Find a buddy in the room. Find someone else who's got an event going on and do it for each other. Shoot each other. Now, when you do this, here are my next tips. Copy and paste the donation link from Give for Good onto your video post. So when you post this on Facebook, and you remember we talked about why you need to directly post it to Facebook, take your Give for Good link and put it very prominently in there so that people can easily click one link to lead you directly to the donation page. Ask everybody you know to like and share it directly in the post. Please like and share. If you are putting this on your nonprofit page, there's a chance it'll go into purgatory because of Facebook's algorithms. So this needs to be on your personal page, and it needs to be on everybody else's personal page. Liking, sharing, and then do it more than once. Do you think that a pro like Megan should only give us one update on Give for Good? No, she should be like every hour. Now we've got this going on. Now we're up to this amount. Now we're having this challenge from the community. Keep it going, keep it alive. This is making you look like something's going on in your nonprofit. So I want to thank Megan at the Robinson Film Center for being such a sport with that on-the-spot video that she recorded there. But really, it's a great example of what smartphone video can do, even within organizations that have the resources, that have the budget to bring guys like me in to tell the big fundraising story for the big fundraising event. Video of any kind is still absolutely crucial to just kind of be proof of performance to the community that somebody's home, that the doors are open, that the lights are on, and that your organization, any time of year, is still meeting its goals, still meeting the needs within the community. The other way of looking at it is you don't want to just come up for air and create media content whenever you're asking for money, right? You want to also continue to create that day-to-day proof that here's how your capital has been deployed. Here's what's the result. Here are the results of all of those generous donations in the community. That's the power of video. And yes, it can be as simple as a smartphone video, a Facebook Live video, just any kind of video, short, to the point, showing that something is happening, something is going on, and that there are people who care, who are on the ground right now, today. That's why the best time for video within your organization is today. So at a certain level, I just wanted to say, at a certain level, this podcast is a passion project of mine. I mean, this is something that I am very passionate about because, as I've said, we've had clients who are spending several $1,000s, in some cases tens of thousands of dollars, to have us come in and do these really big media projects that make an impact, that help them raise money. But on a day-to-day level, we are not seeing them be very comfortable with smartphone video or creating their own little video updates. And I think that that's the missing piece that every nonprofit needs to have. Load up those YouTube pages, load up those Facebook pages, all of the social media pages, Instagram, and just show little pieces of humanity, little pieces of what's happening on a day-to-day basis within your organization. This is where DIY, do-it-yourself video, comes in so important. And that's why I am going out from a place of passion, talking to all kinds of media professionals, nonprofit groups, on how they can deploy their volunteers, how they can deploy, even in some cases, their own recipients to get these videos together and to get it out there into the world. So, our mission is to make sure every nonprofit everywhere can increase its success, increase its fundraising success through the transformative power of a well-told video story. And there are a lot of ways to tell those stories. Sometimes they're overt, big stories, and other times it's just little clips, little video clips just showing the day-to-day magic that I know happens within every nonprofit organization. So, that is why we are here. And again, I want to thank the Houston folks for having us out. We're heading that way here in the next week or so after a little R&R with the chickens here in the backyard in Killeen. And for all of you watching this program, we hope it is helpful, and we hope that it's giving you ideas and inspiration to get those cameras out, even if they're smartphones, and start creating video content on a day-to-day basis for your nonprofit. That's our show for this week. Thank you so much for watching and listening. For those of you listening to the audio feed, we'll see you next time on Video My Nonprofit.